Previously on Justice Grimm.
Cut! All right, stop it. Mr. Producer, will you kindly go remove the narrator's heart and bring it? Oh, wow, that was quick. Yeah, good job, Mr. Producer. Now, where were we?
Squad log 0 on redacted at redacted training agent. Will data expunge redacted reporting. As advised, I just finished redacted of 4 divisions. Data expunged and redacted sort of ritual. Are you guys just going to censor everything in this report? Just give me a little bit of breathing room here. I wasn't tortured by Shadow Squad for 100 years in the extra-dimensional relativity in space for nothing you know. Anyway, so there was no elaborate ceremony to join for Street Division, just a seemingly endless pile of wood that I had to chop all day every day till I was finished. I'm holding back, to be honest. I could have made short work of that pile, but I'm kind of on an investigation. Besides, everyone would be curious as to how I was so professional with an X, and that would raise more questions. And technically, I'm here to do the asking. That is the asking of the questions. Comrade C advised me not to admit things in these journals for some legal purposes. So we tend to have our own reports uploaded to YouTube as well, or just written out. Either way, Archive gets its reports. I have to act so very tired, but in ways I am absolutely tired. After I'm done with this, I have to go back to my bunk. I've got the 10th from the bottom and the 3rd going down, so there are a series of ladders, and even after all that training, I won't be having to pretend to have no energy. Oh yeah, they're gonna redact the living daylights out of this, so I better be more careful about what I say. So I was up at Redacted doing roadkill dawn patrol with an ambitious coyote also named Will, I think. We ended up chasing a living roadrunner for the whole day. Time to act pooped once again. Hopefully this all won't be rejected, so yeah, it's been a couple of data expunged. But the coyote and I have completed an entire circle around all of the FORESTRY Division's known territories. And also the minor outlining providences. Yeah, I'm totally depleted nighty-night. They redacted data expunged. Yeah, it's been that long, but only because we have had to backtrack to the FORESTRY Division centralized government, and I'm 100% bushed. Redacted. I thought they'd let me relax, but according to the super smart badger, who seems to oddly have a collective of young furlings that he attempts to teach, but they don't at first see the wisdom in any of his theories. But I digress. Those angry little creatures are creating advanced equipment in the forest. A construction site in a windswept valley left a trail of cleanup for the coyote and I had to do, since our duty is road cleanup. They redacted. My location is called the Data Expunged It Got, or I should say it once had been the homes of hundreds of elephants and weasels that had begun to go Dr. Moreau, as they call it, referring to the anthropic turning of animals into humans. But today, and ever since all the other animals for cashier, the only thing in here was a dead Dumbo. A big mama one too. We aren't stopping at the desert, so the coyote won't have to face temptation. He's been doing good so far, but we did manage to locate, detain, and charge Elmer Fudd for, well, I won't get into all of the charges, but let's say that the old guy never had a hunting license ever in his whole life. Day redacted. Crazy day for real though. The coyote and I showed up to the cabin in the woods in Okram. I just can't describe the horror. I had to clean up the inside and I think I'm gonna be sick. I've been told that the coyote and I are getting to get some sort of official recognition for having to deal with this nightmare. Day redacted. Data expunged. And just like that, I'm a vegetarian. We stay in the 4th Division tower. Normally there's this experimental Piper guy, but in court facing a lot of kidnapping charges. So we had to go across all the Disney movies with enough poison to fill a Roman Coliseum. The results, we are not pretty. Date redacted. Today, the coyote and I responded to a call about a resident having too many dogs barking all the time. What we found was the so-called Dalmatian plantation. That was nothing short of criminal. If the owners were not already dead, I would have had to count to 10 a lot. Man, the bad things that humans do. Coyote almost died. Our rat extermination duties are now officially no longer our concern. We have a team of cats from Edgar's Everly Foundation, and those are, so I'm told, are the very best mouses. Yes, the absolute best Jesuit-trained rodent, slain for balls to ever have been distinguished by their peers in laser pointers, which are totally banned as well. So 4th Division has been using Captive Salamander Squad to incinerate the dead roadkill carcasses that Coyote and I have been diligently retrieving. But they are doing some kind of union trick and we're being sent to convince a dragon on a mountain to do some pro bono work. They figure all the years of protection from dragon slayers should count for something. The coyote just dipped out on me right before the big dragon quest, but he had stuff to do in court, so it's just going to be me and Tone, who has been learning how to feed and care for all of the captive animals that cannot be reintroduced into the wild. But he needs to suffer a little too, so he's coming with me to recruit a dragon. Date expunged. Wow, I gotta say, like, for reals. I just spent a lot of time trying to convince the daughter of the dragon that we were after, who was not as radicalized as her father, and instead joined up with an ogre and a donkey. Like, I'm just not gonna say anything. Date redacted. My return to 4th Division revealed that the salamanders were back, for now. So that's that. In fact, this was a total anticlimactic way to return from a quest, and it's kind of bringing me down a little. As per Shadow Squad protocol, I am handing the journal over to Tone now, so he can get cracking on his intel.
Redacted through dating, expunged. Squad 0 agent, Tone redacted data, expunged. And yeah, I didn't hold back and finish my pile before Will could. Or wanted to, rather. Whatever, he needed to go on a separate investigation route anyway. So it was smart thinking to play borderline adequate. Anyway, I've been learning about what to feed, and also what not to feed when it comes to the animals. It's very important. Turns out I've been memorizing feeding schedules and even been shown how to take the little hellhounds out to walk. Thank you once again for the inspiration, Mr. Percy Jackson. I was looking forward to getting into the mole town and their worm ranches, but Will needed a comrade to find and bribe a dragon. But the dragon was long dead, having left a daughter who sided with the West Coast Kingdom, so we came back empty-handed. It seemed to really make Will extra sad, maybe even a little bit salty, but I have been having a great time so far, and it's possible to contract. We have requires pain, and some point, well, especially, that we may need to get out of here sooner than later. Date redacted. Will and myself have been dispatched to find the coyote in some desert landscape. The search has been brutal, but we ended up rescuing this boy who took us to a little hideout to liberate a lot of captured animals. I know Will was doing roadkill duty, so this must have made him feel a little bit better. Regardless, it's still my turn. Date expunged. I didn't know the division used mechanical crocodiles, but apparently the previous incarnation of Shadow Squad have used these devices to capture high-profile offenders. We found that man who was poaching all of those animals in the desert. He's been technically working for the intel guys just like we are. Date redacted. I am now an official member of the Huntsman Guild. I can't go into their initiation ceremony, but I can't tell you that it stays super secret for good reasons. For now, maybe secret is no longer needed. It may fall on my replacement, but you will no doubt fill the beats accordingly. I can tell you all about the guild itself, though. No secrets on the business Snow White gives us a clue to who the Huntsmen are. As I'm sure you have all guessed there is, the Grimm Noir would have believed that it contains up to 312 stories that uses the Huntsman 237 of those times, and that's including all the numerical sums detected in the text. Well, I won't go into that. Of gravity, let's just say that everything that happens in the forest happens in the forest. The Huntsman linear has roots as far back as the Aesopian ecclesiastical era. Anything Aesop is referring to a series of tales that use animals to convey a moral or life lesson, usually on the cruelty, unfairness, and predatory nature associated with animals. What Aesopian doctrine became was not unlike what is seen in the island of Dr. Moreau. That is to say, a half-baked oral law passed down by endless repetitions from the speaker of the law. If you know your fictional mythology, recall that the Aesopians took their religious rituals from the ancient pagan fish speakers who worshipped a creator whales named Jarbull and On, which as most scholars know was at one time one Leviathan, who was called Na, and he's said to be the creator of the planet before passing his duties to Levi his heir. It's the land that an H couldn't easily manage and had to trust to the coyote to take care of it. But we all know the creator myth about how the coyote was sleeping on the job, so Na hired a human from the planet Orion to help Coyote. This would eventually lead to the female coyote and male human to be imitated, as Coyote had corrupted man, being just as lazy and incompetent as Coyote. It was Mrs. Coyote, who, after giving birth to the coyotes of today, was trapped below the earth and claimed by death to be the very first occurrence. Then Coyote tries to get her back but fails, blah blah blah. Everyone knows it's why everyone dies now, but so anyway, that contract between Coyote and man to take care of the earth. Yes, as instructed and provided over by Na himself, is the fundamental tenets behind, ultimately, the very extensive and underlying existence of the justice system. Sorry, I know that took a while to get, but I just went through the whole damn orientation and I have to report something. So all of you will get this for me, at least useful or not.